Hi everyone! Welcome back to Wild Water. Today we're going to be doing a really chill journal with me session, hobby with me session. A lot of you in the comments really requested and really wanted to see my process with these type of things. And sorry, it's a little dirt here. This morning I saw how beautifully the sun came through the window, so I decided to move my setup a little bit to the left, closer to the window. Let me know how you guys feel about this lighting setup. I think it's really cool. It makes the colors pop a lot more. So grab your tea, grab your coffee, and your journal, and journal with me. So today we're going to be mostly focusing on my commonplace hybrid, to correct myself, and also finishing up some sketches in my sketchbook. So let's go in first with my journal. So today it's gonna be like more of a ritual thing into like what I do every day to make sure that I'm on top of my, I wouldn't say on top of my hobbies, but more making sure that I'm doing things that make me happy, even if they're like the really small things. And for me, that's drawing and journaling. Before we get into that, I do have a little haul that I wanted to share with you guys. The first is another Chicoa item. Oh my goodness, do you see this? It's a Chicoa monograph mechanical pencil. I have been using monographs for years, and I really love them because they have rotating like technology that keeps the lead sharp. Oh my god, yeah, so it has the ribbon pattern. I really love this collection, but most of the objects are in white and red, and I'm not really a red person. I like red as like a splash of color, but I don't like it being like the main attraction. I do, however, really love purple, so this was an instant buy for me. And then I also have these sticker flakes. This is more for winter. So cute. These birds are called snow fairies. I don't remember their name in Japanese, but oh my god, I love them. I've been obsessed with them ever since I learned about them. They really are just round. They are insanely cute, and I think they would make a fun addition to my monthly spread for the winter season. So let's get into it. I hope there is some lead in this. If not, oh, perfect. There's a little bit. Oh, that mechanism, do you see that? Really cool. Okay. So this is the setup. I've already put like the main line through here, and when I start a new entry, I grab my Twisby Eco. This is in the extra fine with the Tacha Kurocha ink, so it's a really dark brown. And I make a line to separate the day. Sticking to the Chicoa theme, I can use my Chicoa pencil board. This one is from Bandai. This is a smoothie theme, really cute. And it's a lot thicker than the hobonichi one, so if you're looking for something that's more durable, maybe look places other than hobonichi. I've prepared a combination of found images online on Pinterest as well to show how I incorporate these into my journal. Some of them are my pictures. I took this photo of my setup a couple days ago and I really liked it, and I wanted to talk about this because I feel like I have the tendency to be quite perfectionistic, and yeah, that's the main thing that I wanted to journal today about. My bad guys, the video cut off because my phone was overheating. Hopefully it doesn't cut again. I'm going to use my TWSBI Eco in the 1.1 stub nib with the chicory ink. That's from Pilot. I'm using this in the case because I'm making a reference specifically to here. I learned this thing called the Campfire analogy, which really helps me see effort and putting my mind to things and like recontextualizing perfectionism, it helps a lot. And the idea around the campfire analogy is that if you if your goal is to build a campfire, you're going to need to collect the twigs. As you're collecting the individual twigs, you're not going to notice, like, you're going to look at these individual twigs and be like, what is this all about? I can't see this being a campfire at the moment. But as you start collecting them and piling them up on as a pile of twigs and eventually light them, you'll see that all of these little twigs were necessary to create the greater campfire. And once you have the campfire, you're able to be that source of warmth, of comfort. You are life-giving. You can invite people to the campfire. Also in the darkness, people will be able to find you. I don't know, I find that really soothing. I don't know, it might not work for some people, but it works for me. So this is the point at which I would draw the new lines. Also highly recommend using a metal ruler with the cork in the back because it stops from slipping. Or prevents from slipping, shall I say. So my setup with this notebook is about 6 of these full squares wide for the column. I'm also so glad to see that people actually already started to buy the notebooks and ask their local print shops if they can cut them. I find it so good and so lovely that people found inspiration through my content. I hope you guys can find them and that they're not too pricey. The ones that I went to, they even were kind enough to not charge me anything for it. So have a look around. So I'm using my Tombow power tape to stick things down. Yeah, so this entry was about like perfectionism, even with about this YouTube channel. It's definitely not a unique experience. It's just something that you have to like be aware of and catch yourself to make sure that it doesn't get in the way. I was looking for my sticker dots. I must have misplaced the new ones I've made, so I've just got these scruffy ones, but at this point you'll see that I've already completed this part of the entry, and just to help separate my mind, I already tag it at this point. So this is an example that I brought up in my common placing system video, where I make sure I take immediate action. So here, like for example, I was talking about the perfectionism, but immediately after I would rewire that and make sure that I talk about my successes and my achievements, because it's important to support yourself. And it doesn't even have to be about achieving things, it's just about being nice to yourself. So here I will add a yellow dot for encouragement. And here is going to be resting in the open skies. That's the emotional processing one. And as you can see, if I have one dot, I put it in the middle of these 6 squares. I also want to add a little sticker here somewhere. This sticker book, it went viral for a while online. I will say that some of the ways that it's cut isn't that cute. It cuts off like really important parts of the images, but there are ways to work around that. I'm feeling these like gem looking hearts. Oh yeah, here's a perfect example of the cut being a bit imperfect. Trying to find the light, guys. But yeah, it doesn't bother me too much. You know what would also look really cute here? A little Chikawa page flag. The ones that I showed in my Stabo tour. I think Chikawa was actually perfect for this. I feel like in Chikawa I have so many favorites, like I genuinely can't choose like who I like the most. I mean, Shisa, Chikawa, they're probably my top ones. Also, I know Momonga is a brat, but I think that's part of Momonga's charm. Also Rako. Rako is really cute. His voice is so funny that it completely subverts what you would expect him to sound like, and it's so cute. So the next part of the entry is a bit more focus on decision making, I guess. So I have this tester for one of Danam's perfume. This was in Dalat, and you can see here they've tagged the notes on it. So there's cypress, juniper, and red wine as the top notes, magnolia, peony, rose as the heart notes, and cedar, cypriol, and musk as the base notes. I've been trying this, and guys, it smells so good. Because of the red wine, it's a little bit boozy, but it's not too heavy of a fragrance, because sometimes like whiskey based, like for example whiskey based fragrances, or like for example I'm thinking of Jazz Club from Margiela Replica, that is like quite boozy, and they're often paired with like tobacco based scents, but this is really, it has a brightness to it that I really enjoy, probably from all of the floral and natural notes, and I've really been considering getting this. And the bottle is so beautiful, guys. Like, the only thing that's making me a bit unsure about this purchase is that unfortunately their packaging includes AI images, which is so shocking to me. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me that a company that would spend time crafting their fragrances, designing these beautiful bottles, would randomly stop and just like automate their image making. I don't know. There's a little bit of the black line showing through of the other image when I cut this paper, so I'm going to quickly mend that. So I'm actually using a Swiss card Victorinox to cut this. I really like it because the blade is really sharp, and having it as like a flat card makes it really handy. Here I'm pasting the images quite early on so that you guys can get an idea of what the pages eventually end up looking like. I'm going to change the color this time. I'm going to use my Pilot Kakuno. This is in the medium nib. This is one of those family series ones, which is really cute. I wish I had access to the ones that are kind of translucent. They had a line that had this really pale colors. The way I would describe them is that they're like rice sweets, like rice sweet colors, with those like pale, like whites, off-whites, pinks, purples, that kind of tones. They're really beautiful, but I can't find them where I am. Oops, just made a mistake. The sun moved really quickly, didn't it? So this is the point that I got to. I do think that in this type of journaling, I'm the type of person that really needs to write things down to understand what exactly it is that I'm thinking about. And this is how I do it. I even with the decisions that I make, I just have to write an entry, especially if it's like a bigger decision, especially financial ones, for example. I journal it, but then I make a decisive decision and act on it after. It is like a risk to get lost in the sauce with all of the thoughts, and yeah, I highly recommend just taking that one leap of faith after making the decision and finding out. So I'm actually going to stop this video here because of the way the sun is moving, and it's also gotten quite long. I still want to do a draw with me session, so I'm going to make a second part of this video where I talk about the importance of hobbies, and especially analog hobbies, because I also saw that a lot of people were being really understanding with this one comment in my video about doing this to replace their phone addiction. And with the rise of anti-intellectualism and constantly spending time on screens, I do think it's important that we still go back to analog. And there's a reason why we still have a lot of bookstores, why we still publish things on physical paper, despite having all of that. It's the experience with physical media is different, and as long as we find good ways to produce it, use it, they don't impact the environment so dangerously, then I think it is worth doing it. Also, it's a very human experience to want to showcase our interests and like nourish ourselves through our interests. So thank you for watching today's journal with me. I hope you had a lovely time and that it was relaxing. Bye bye!